Hello everyone, my name is Even Gods Respawn, and today I'm playing some Battlefront Beta. Gameplay is not too exciting, but it's better than nothing. Playing some Drop Zone on Sullust. Alright, so first off, these are my first impressions of the beta. The look is absolutely amazing. I mean, I dropped in for my first few matches and I felt so immersed in it. I know DICE has a big rep for making the games feel as realistic as possible. Well, mostly. So what I'm playing is Drop Zone, which is basically you capture the objective, which is in this case an escape pod, secured for a minute or so, making sure the enemy doesn't cap it, because if they cap it again, timer resets, and then they have to cap it for a minute, so you basically can be on the first pod for like 10 minutes if the game just doesn't want to keep going. So there are a lot of things you need to know about killing those damn rebel scum. The first is weapons are not just an aesthetic choice. You actually need to choose the weapons based on the game styles you actually go on. So the E11 that I'm using in this clip has a slower rate of fire to most of the weapons. I'm pretty sure it has the slowest rate of fire out of all of them, but it has the highest damage. And just like the Rebel's Scummy Blaster that they use, or most of the enemy use, it has a more higher rate of fire with a more medium or balanced damage. You've also got star cards, which are basically abilities that you can get, which you can get a thermal detonator, personal shield, aka I'm a little bitch device, jump pack, and a cycler rifle, which by the way is there so you can get those elite sniping montages in space. There are other star cards that exist, but they're not really that important. Game times can be very quick if your team is absolutely dominating, capping the pods straight as they land, not letting your enemies get a single second on them. You know, that's how it goes. Or it could be very, very, very long, so about 10 minutes. You can go over 10 minutes because of the fact that if there's a pod that's landed and somebody's still capping it and the timer ends, the game will actually go off that pod. So if you're winning 4-3 and the enemy starts capping the pod, they can actually draw the match if they cap it, even though the timer's ended. So it'll still stay on that pod. So the next part is combat. So you can tank it about 3 or 4 shots depending on where you hit on, and also what weapon they're using or what weapon you're using. Usually about 3 to 2. If you get a nice headshot in there, you can get about 2. I think you can squeeze out 2 shots in there if you get a nice little headshot with the E11. You can also use the cycler rifle, which, as you can see there, kills people in one shot if it's usually upper chest or the head, and then it usually leaves them about 10-15 if you hit them on the lower body, and then you can just clean them up with a blaster rifle. My best advice for this game mode, I don't really play much of the Walker Assault. My best advice is flank. Flank the absolute balls out of the enemy team. Basically everyone runs head first into the objective, so if you hang back, figure out where they're going to come from or where they're spawning from, pick a nice vantage point, you can rack up so many kills, throw some nice nades in there, get a few equipment bonuses, absolutely destroy them. I didn't do too well in this clip. I think I went about 14-4 like I previously stated, but the match after it I went actually about 28-8. As soon as I turned off my capture card, it was like, I'm going to do so well in this game. Then I went at 28-8. I'll post a picture up for you guys. You can absolutely cream the opponents if you just hang back in a nice spot and just absolutely wreck them. Or you can play the objective and go 2-12. Or you can go 5-7. You can be the #1 leader, you know? You can be on top because it's more of a points-based system and not kills. Kills get you points, but obviously points get you. Playing the objective is always better than kill whoring for some people. I mean, I basically kill hoard. If a pod dropped in front of me, or if the enemy team was going to cap it and I was there, I would go for it, but if my friends were defending, I would just hang back, wait for the enemies to try and rush the pod, and then just rack up some nice kills. It's absolutely destroying everybody, everything else. On a side note, guys, if you actually want to get some more kills or actually combine your own playstyle, you probably should use your star cards and your weapons as to your advantage. So if you have a jump pack and the DH-17, which is basically a submachine gun, a high rate of fire, good damage, or either low damage, and then basically just jump pack right into the middle of the objective and then just spray everybody down, or you can use the heavy blaster, which I can't remember the designation for, but basically, yeah, you just post up on a ridge and just mow everyone down that tries to come up to your objective. It's pretty simple to get kills in this game, but if you mind your surroundings, watch out for where people might be coming from. Use your scanner as well. So that's something that I think people don't seem to understand, is the scanner that you have. Also callouts. So I'll talk about the scanner first. Bottom left of your HUD, so it's basically what replaces the radar or the map in most shooters. It detects either movement or enemy positions, and the red will show you, so on the very outer ring, it'll show you what direction they're coming from, and then the bigger and more larger the red gets, and more deeper the color gets, is the closer they are. So you can basically predict where your enemies are coming from, because obviously you can see it on the radar, as well as callouts. So if you play the Battlefront Beta, you also know that when you run into an area that actually has lots of the opposition team, whether it be Imperials or Rebels, your player or somebody around you will call out, hey, watch out, this area is absolutely covered in Stormtroopers or Rebels, they outnumber us, or something like that. Or careful, Stormtroopers or Rebels entering the zone. So you can basically, your characters will call out to you when an enemy's coming into your area, or when you're outnumbered, and you should probably take caution and watch where you're going, or watch, or post up on a nice spot and look out for Rebels entering the area. So you gotta make sure you use the game mechanics to your advantage, because not a lot of games use that mechanic. So you got Ghosts, which had actual specific callouts, so you could say, oh, there's an enemy on that top left dumpster that's pink and it has nice rainbow stickers on it. You know, they actually gave you callouts of that, but this game, it actually tells you if your troops are outnumbered. So if there's only 2 of you, you got you and your partner trying to cap a pod, and there's like 6 of them, the whole team rushing you. You gotta be like, careful, we're outnumbered here. Or if you're running past somewhere and there's like 6 rebels laying around somewhere, you'd be like, oh, watch out. We got there's more of us than them. So you got to make sure you use the game's mechanics to your advantage, because it can save your life and it can get you a nice streak as well. Well, guys, that is it from me. It's been really fun playing the Battlefront Beta, and I can't wait for the new game to come out. If you haven't already pre-ordered it, I would strongly suggest it. People saying, hey, this game isn't going to be that good, and no, it's amazing. And this is only the beta, so you can't really judge it. And if you haven't played it, well, hopefully there's probably swarms of this game on the internet, so yeah, you could post it up. So thanks for watching my clip, guys. Hope you got some knowledge out of that. Let me hit you with some knowledge, and yeah, so thanks for watching. See ya.